When we are all young children, we tend to think that nothing can go wrong in our lives. Our family is perfect, school was the only stress that we ever had, and everything seems so simple. Today in my speech, I'm going to talk about how suffering is a part of life. When we are going through something that is traumatic in our lives, we tend to think that things will never get better, but they will. By the end of this speech, I hope that you can look at what you are going through and know that things will get better. When I was 14 years old, my father and I started fighting a lot more. And it wasn't just towards me either. He was mean to my mother and my brother as well. And growing up, my immediate family was all I ever had, so when things started changing in my house, I didn't understand what was going on. After months of my family slowly separating and fighting a lot, it was summer. And every summer, my brother and my father go to Boy Scout camp for 1 week. It was just my mother and I home for the whole week. And halfway through the week, my mother went out with one of her friends, and I stayed at her friend's house babysitting her kids. I ended up falling asleep around 11 p.m. and around 1 a.m. my mom woke me up to go home after her night out with her friend. When we got home, I noticed something weird with my porch door. It was all the way open. My mother started freaking out because we were the only ones home for the whole week and no one had been there before we left. I slowly approached the door and opened up my side door. When I first walked in, everything seemed fine until I got to my kitchen. Every single cabinet in my kitchen and every drawer in my kitchen was open, and every single thing in my cabinets and drawers were open. All over the floor, everything. When I looked towards my basement, I noticed on the side wall of my house that there was handprints all over my house, and then I noticed that the basement light was on. I immediately ran outside and told my mom to call 911 because I knew that there was guns in my basement. My mom frantically called the cops and told them that someone had broken into my house, and I swear once she hung up the phone, time froze until cops got to the house. I don't even remember how many cops had pulled up to my house. All I remember is seeing at least 5 cops run by me into my house with assault rifles. After about 5 minutes, one of the cops comes back and tells my mom the gun locker had been broken into, and almost all of the guns were stolen. Everything is a blur from that time on. I don't remember a single thing from the rest of the night. For days I couldn't sleep or talk to anyone because when you think about it, your house is supposed to be your safe spot, and when you get that privacy and safety stolen from you, you don't know what to do. And especially at a young age, everything changes in your life. Just knowing someone else has been in your home and touched your things makes me sick to my stomach, but that's not the end of it. When my father came home from Boy Scout camp with my brother, my life had completely changed. He didn't know who to blame or what to do, so he took all of his anger out on me, and I wasn't going to let that happen because my whole family and I were going through the same amount of stress and pain. We fought for days on end until I decided to leave. I left my mother and my brother, and I went to live with one of my friends until my father was out of the home. I didn't come back for almost a year. That whole year, not once did I speak to my father or even think of reaching out to him. Once I finally came home, my life started getting better. I redid my room, my mom and I got closer, my brother and I finally started talking again. As the years went on, they never found out who robbed my house or took our stuff, and I still have not spoken to my father since I was 14, and I am 19 now. When I look back now, I realize that I was never the one in the wrong. I was never the problem. My father was blaming other people for the way he felt about himself and didn't know how to be a positive father figure to his children. I would never wish what I went through upon anyone else, and I am so glad that I did not let it destroy me. If anything, it made me stronger as a person. So yes, suffering is a part of life, and there is no way to control the bad things that happen to you in your life, but you do have control of how you react and how it makes you a better person or a worse person, because suffering in life could either destroy you or make you.